Namaste, teachers of Andhra Pradesh. Welcome to the video on test blueprints. In this video, we will learn about what a test blueprint is, the benefits of using a test blueprint, and the steps involved in creating a test blueprint. We all have seen and heard about test blueprints. Let's understand what they actually mean. Grade 6 students just had their math exams. While some found that questions were difficult and confusing, some found questions to be easy and direct to answer, and others found that questions were exact repeats of the last few years. What conclusions can we draw about the assessment after observing their discussion? Do you think the assessment being discussed by the students was aligned with what they learned in the class? Many times we come across assessments that are not very well aligned with the content taught in the class or the curriculum. Due to this, the assessment is not able to provide educators with sufficient information to make valid insights about students' progress. Good assessment planning helps in aligning the assessments with the curriculum content and its learning objectives. Here is where a test blueprint plays an important role. Test blueprint, also known as the test specifications table, has the following components: the content to be tested, the cognitive skills, number of items for each topic and subtopic, number of items on each format, and finally, the marks and weightage. Let's look at a sample of a test blueprint for grade 6 science. You can see the content represented by the list of chapters to be tested. This is mapped with the total marks allotted to each chapter. It can also include the number of periods that are allotted while teaching. A test blueprint can also detail the cognitive skills to be tested. For example, let's see this grade 8 English test blueprint. Here, we can see the cognitive skills are detailed out for each section of the blueprint. Let us look at another test blueprint. You can see that the content represented is mapped with the skills or the competencies and the marks that they would be tested for. A test blueprint can also further elaborate on the number of items for each topic and subtopic in the content, and the number of questions for each item format, such as MCQs, short and long answers, etc. This can be done by further detailing a blueprint. Here is another example of a detailed test blueprint that will capture additional information like how many questions will be in the multiple choice section or constructed response question format, such as answer and long answer type, and marks allocated for each question type and chapter. This can be further detailed to highlight skills like R for remembering, U for understanding, and A for application under each question type. Let us discuss some of the benefits of using a test blueprint. The first benefit of using a test blueprint is that it improves the validity of the assessment, as it improves the accuracy of what it intends to test. As we all know, the validity of an assessment refers to the degree to which a test measures and what it aims to evaluate. Let us continue with the example to understand this better. For the EVS test to be valid, the number of periods allotted for teaching should be proportionate to the marks and weightage allotted to the topics and subtopics. This will also help students determine the focus learning areas. This also ensures balanced coverage of all the topics in the test. When an assessment tests too little or too much of a specific topic, we will end up with a paper that is unbalanced. Likewise, a test blueprint also ensures balanced coverage of cognitive skills too. If most of the items are written at a remember and understanding level, They will not test concepts requiring higher order thinking. If the learning objective is to test higher order thinking skills, this test will not then fully measure what we intend to measure. For example, in this blueprint, no MCQs and short answer test items measure the ability to understanding and application, and no long answer question test for remembering. Therefore, the test paper would be unbalanced. Another benefit of using a test blueprint is that it improves reliability. In high-stakes assessments like board exams, to prevent copying, we usually create parallel test forms like Set 1 and Set 2, which have similar items. Developing these parallel forms using a test blueprint ensures a higher degree of similarity between the items and the forms. Test blueprint also helps students plan a strategy to prepare for the test. Test blueprint, which is generally shared with students, provide details of what is expected of the students in a test, like number of items, type of items, cognitive skill levels, and overall weightage of the content of items. This information is valuable to help them focus their effort in a more productive manner. Pause and answer this question. A test blueprint improves dash. Remediation in the classroom, validity and reliability in the test, post-examination analysis in the test, or teacher instruction in the classroom. The answer is B. That's validity and reliability in the test. Now let's see how we can create an effective test blueprint. Start by considering if the score will be used for formative or summative purposes and the information that you need. Then the next step is to identify the content of the test. You can start by choosing some topics in your subject. Because of the vastness of content in the curriculum, there is always more content than what can be assessed reasonably. Therefore, it is important to determine the core learning objectives of the curriculum. Assign the marks or weightage to each topic by considering how essential the topic is for building enduring learning. Then, based on the weightage, assign number of items for each topic. Then, assign the number of questions and marks to different question types as per different cognitive levels. Make sure all the skills are tested in a balanced manner. The best way to check if your table makes sense is to get your peer to review the table and revise it accordingly. In this video, we learned about what a test blueprint is, its benefits, and how to create one. Try this out. Create a test blueprint in your respective subject by following the steps given. Step 1. Identify the purpose of the test. Step 2. Identify topics and subtopics and assign weightage. Step 3. Identify the number of items. Step 4. Assign number of questions and marks to question types. Step 5. Align the questions to cognitive skill levels. Finally, discuss this blueprint with your peers. Thank you for watching the video on Test Blueprint.